Hey, welcome to Elder Scrolls Online. Unfortunately, I'm still bombarded by very high ping, but I thought I would introduce a recommended Sork build. It's a two-pet. Usually, it goes by 1 bar, but I actually built it to do 2 bar, so I can have the same skill set but a little different on the back bars. So here's my build. So this is it's a plague doctor, which I have to charge that for the front and back bar. I'm using shock damage on the front. Eventually, I'm going to do infused on the back bar. I just didn't have enough, you know. These things over here, what is it, transmute crystals. So yeah, so you want to have shock damage on your plague doctor on your front bar. I'll explain the back bar in a moment. So but you need Valkyn Skoria for your helm, medium in divine, and Magicka. Plague Doctor Heavy, infused, max Magicka. Shoulder is going to be light, and you're going to want infused with max Magicka. The waist, hands, legs, and feet, these are all going to be enchanted by max Magicka. The waist should be divine. Gloves, divine. This eventually will be divine. I just didn't have transmute crystals. And divine for the feet. These are all light armor and they're necropotence. So 4 pieces of necropotence for armor, 1 heavy. So 4 light, 1 heavy with plague, and a medium and light for the headpiece. Now for the jewelry, you're going to want to get at least purple. I've been trying, so you could also upgrade these if you have the materials, but a Plague Doctor necklace, Plague Doctor ring, this way you'll have 5 pieces on both your front bar and back bar, and 1 ring of necropotence. On each ring and necklace, you're going to want to add spell damage for your enchantment. You really don't have to play around with the set like arcane and healthy. I just leave those really because it doesn't really matter. So for the back bar, like I said, I do run plague on the back. Oh, by the way, they have to be plague lightning staff with shock damage. Okay, so as for skills, my front bar is going to have unstable wallow storms. Then you're going to want summon volatile and summon twilight matriarch, hardened ward, and bound aegis. For your ultimate, it's going to be thunderstorm, which is part of your, I think it's Destro staff. So it's it's elemental storm, but it's called thunderstorm. I'm not sure what, if anything, I'm gonna morph it to. Eye of Storm is okay, and elemental rage. But for now, this one has been working okay. Now, let me explain the back bar. So when I go back to my inventory, you see that I have 5 pieces, right? So if I swap my bar, sorry for the delay, I still have 5 pieces of each set, and which is good because on your skills you're gonna want to slot at least Hurricane, Crystal Frag, and Dark Conversion. Now the pads, I keep those on both the back bar and front bar, as you can see. But I hardly ever use dark conversion. I just use it because it looks cool. I don't really actually use it. Like I said, it looks cool. You could probably slot splashing like liquid lightning. I would definitely use it because it does give you an added AoE. So I mean, but the Magicka that I have is pretty strong and very high, so I don't actually need it. But that's something to consider. I should actually consider slotting that. So, but on the back bar, as opposed to Thunderstorm, you could probably morph that to something a little bit better. But I would definitely use the summoned Atronach for your back bar. So if you pop this off and then keep this up, Hardened Ward. So use Hurricane, then Hardened Ward, and Unstable Wall, and these two little dudes are going to help you. And this for bosses or massive amounts of trash mobs, it's going to be really strong, and you're definitely going to live through whatever is coming at you. So for your boom, I'm actually using the Magicka Recovery, but there is another one that actually gives you added Magicka. I like this one. Even though the other boon, I think it's the Mage or something. I'm not sure, but it gives you like an extra 2,000 Magicka. But I use this for extra magical recovery, so my recovery is about 1267 right now. Crit resist, you don't need crit resist because monsters, this is PvE, player versus environment with monsters, so it's not like you're fighting players, so you don't need crit resist. So I think that's where the confusion is between heavy and light armor. Light armor, they're gonna be like, oh, you're gonna go down quick, but no, you actually don't. You survive. I actually do a lot of world bosses solo by myself. That is, of course, if I'm not being bombarded by very high ping thanks to Zenimax and probably Akamai. At that point, I really don't care. I was fine since at least May when I got another computer, and then all of a sudden in October, I get slammed with high ping. It could be also due to the event that's going to last through January, so, but I'm probably not even going to be alive by January comes when everybody like quits. But anyway, food, as you can see, I got 18 minutes. You're going to want to use key item. I sometimes will use this, but it's better if you use Solitude Salmon-Millet Soup, because it actually gives you more Magicka and health. I say that because Jugged Rabbit gives you max health, Magicka, and stamina for 2 hours, even though it's okay, but guess what? I'm not even using stamina. At least not as much as you would, so you're going to want to use this one, the blue one. So it gives you max health up to 5,000, 5.3, and max Magicka 4.9, so you're almost getting 5,000 for 1 hour, so make a lot of them. These are just trash stuff that I pick up fighting mobs, so I don't really craft my own potions, even though I should. They have a little bit better, but to be honest, I hardly ever use these. Yeah, someone said to me before that I stole their sweet roll, so I always keep one on hand because I love stealing them from people. But anyway, that's your potions. And where was I going with the character? Yeah, you're gonna wanna put all your attributes into Magicka. Don't even bother with health, because right now I'm standing at about 42.6k Magicka right here, and almost 30,000 health. Stamina is crap. Recovery is crap. Health recovery is crap. But this is where you want to pool your resources, especially on the front bars. So if you're doing like this and this, definitely gonna survive. Oh, you can use the little pet to actually give you more to like heal you. So it says if you activate your matriarch again, your little twilight dude, it gives you about 8,000 health. So if you're low, just hit this button again and you're gonna heal up really good. So I'm in a public dungeon right now. I'm in Rivenspire. I'm just going through collecting shards, not doing much of anything. As you can see, they're all dark, so I have to go and get them. I cleaned up some of them pretty good. I'm hunting this one currently, but for some reason I ended up over here. Yeah. So right now I'm doing this quest, so I thought I would show you my build. It was recommended for 1 bar, but I think it's actually a little bit better to do 2 bar, even though the front bar really is pretty strong. So let's go ahead and, yeah, see 801 ping, so I'm like really screwed right now. Yeah, and you can pretty much clean up almost anything in here. Of course, you will be a lot more better than me because, like I said, I'm getting very high ping, even though right now it shows like 150
Weaklings,
down
all
here.
of you.
It's actually quite high. Like I couldn't even count how high. It just goes up to 999 ping. But slam wall, hit a couple of light attacks. If you think you need a shield, go ahead and pop it. But don't be afraid to use it. This guy here's the boss. So. You can see there is a lot of delay in what I'm doing because of lag. I mean, if Cinemax had like an offline mode, I would be like really good at this, but yeah, so that's what I mean about using liquid lightning. You could probably, I'm actually going to slot it because it might be better, because stationary bosses, just go ahead and put it down. Now there is a lot going on in here now, so something, whatever is in all of this is certainly going to melt. So this is, I think that's the way out, so I don't want to go that way yet. I think there's a couple of bosses. Yeah, there might be something. Just go through and finish it up. I think I actually did all the bosses in here. Yeah, I just got one more, so let's go ahead and follow the little marker up here and talk to Magicka. I can't even pronounce it. What is their name? Magicka. The only thing I really hate is all the lag that I suffer in this game. Where are we going? Okay, so up and left. Nice shot. Come on, bar swap. Wow. Where am I supposed to be going? Sometimes I get lost in here, I'm sorry. But there's like this big room. Is that already up here? Yeah. So it's like the final boss you have to find and crush. I think it's this way. I am like super confused. So what is this? Talk to Magicka. What side of the room is that on? This side? You know what? Wait a minute, I think... Yeah, I'm sorry, I did this so many times, it's like... kind of merge. I think if I just talk to her, you go where she needs you to go. Okay. Stand still.
I had no love for Larsgug and Thrug, but I didn't relish their deaths. I thought by leaving the stronghold, I was leaving this bloodshed behind. At any rate, we have everything we need to swear the oath.
Okay, let's go swear the oath.
We need to find a place to swear the oath. Oath-bound cults usually have daises where they worship Malakath. There should be one here.
Okay. And that is... Oh, here it is. Okay, that's where I need to go. Down left. And straight So this is where we fight a boss and complete
This
the dungeon.
architecture. It's Daedric. I think it'll work. There are 2 pikes around the ritual area. Place a head on each, facing the dais. Then my work begins. I'm going to ask for Osgric to be brought to us. But this will be my first oath of vengeance. Malakath may slay Osgric outright. He may slay us, or both. I've heard it can be fickle. Orcs certainly are. Be prepared for anything.
Okay, so place a little head right here. Youch. And place a little sick head right over here. Ooh, hello.
Malakath, god of curses.
Certainly
I
hope this
appeal
is
to
recording.
you in my rage. My better half lies dead. My blood burns. My blade hungers. Grant me vengeance. Grant me justice for the honor of my love lost. Grant me Osgric, and I will grant you his head in your name.
Loshgik, I hear your oath. Osgric the Miner turned my oath bound against you. One of my own. And you seek justice for this. Good. Then your anger is my anger. Osgric the Coward flies from your fury. From your champion. I will not have your rage denied. Prepare yourself, and prepare your champion. Osgric comes to you.
Yep. Now we just talk to her, complete the quest, and we're pretty much done. Run, go, go. Phew, alright.
Swearing that oath was never going to bring Esmail back. But I hope he's comforted in knowing I've avenged his honor. He never quite understood the fiercer side of my orc tendencies. What those fiends did to him. I pray he rests in peace. There will be an answer for what's happened today. The firstborn of an orc chief is dead. The stronghold will come for me, but my anger runs deeper than they'll expect. I'll gladly pit my rage against theirs. Thank you for all you've done. Honor is satisfied, for all that it will do in the grand scheme. My husband is gone. I need to recuperate from today. Then I will face all comers. My stronghold will not forget me. I'll regret my husband's death to my last breath. But until then, I hope Malakath stands with me.
Okay, so just one last final piece of information about this build that I did not go through was champion points. So I'm gonna go through them now. So I'm gonna start with the tower. So I'm using 20 Warlord, 13 in Sprinter, 75 Tenacity, 100 Arcanist. This is for magic recovery, and both of these are for magic recovery. This is just to reduce the cost of break free if you get CC'd, and this one reduces cost of sprint. I just put it in there because I had 13 left over. I use 31 in Shadow Ward, which reduces cost of block because sometimes you should block. And well, when I say should, I mean like if you've seen some of them were doing a heavy, maybe I can't even remember the battle I just had like 2 minutes ago. Anyway, dodge roll, you're gonna want to use that, so I put 31 in both of those. In the shadow, the lever, okay, and for the mage, the apprentice, I use 24 Elfborn, which increases crit damage, crit healing with Magicka abilities. Elemental Expert increases Flame, Frost, and Shock. And as you can see, I'm using Shock. I could probably put more in here and make Shock stronger, but I would have to take out somewhere that I don't want to right now. Spell Erosion just increases your spell pen, so penetration is good. For the Atronach, I use 71 in Staff Expert. I did have 100 at one point, but then I took some out here and there and put some in Master of Arms to increase your damage done with direct damage attacks. It does help. It increases your damage. For the ritual, definitely you're gonna want to use Zermitage. Put at least 75 in that, or 100. It all depends on how many champion points you have. Okay, so for the warrior side, in the steed, I'm using Ironclad, which reduces your damage taken for direct attacks. 15 spell shield, which increases your spell resist. I know that seems a little bit low, but work with me. It'll all make sense. For the lady, I'm using 10 in light armor. I know everybody's like, what, 10? But you have most light armor. As you can see, it's not really important, especially if you're using a shield, you're pretty tanky. 37 in hardy, 37 in elemental defender. Reduces damage taken from physical, poison, and disease. And then flame, frost, and shock. So physical and magical defense. So thickened skinned reduces your damage taken from dots, damage over time. This is good. You're gonna want to definitely put at least 33 in that. There might be a situation where you might need it. Now, the reason why I did this is because using shields, you're definitely going to want to use Bastion. Bastion helps your shields a lot, so this increases the effectiveness of your shields. So I put 56 in Bastion, and then I had like 16 points left over, so I just slotted them here. Increases your healing received by 4%. It is 4% because it does that rounding thing. I forgot what the actual terminology is, but it has to be a full number of the percentage. Like, so you can be between 1 through 99% of this side of the dot, the decimal. And this is not going to matter. It's going to be, oh, but I'm extra 48%. No, this means nothing. So this has to be either a 5 or greater for anything to. So I'm actually getting just 4%. So as you can see, if I put one more champion point in this quick recovery, I'm only getting still 4%, even though it's going up to 73.73. So yeah, that's pretty much champion points. So I'll go through them one more time. So break fee and sprint, which I don't use too much, but definitely these are important to increase your Magicka recovery. Dodge roll and block, these are important, so at least 30, I recommend at least 30, or put at least 13%. to help because you're going to have very low stamina and your stamina recovery is going to be crap. So let's hope you're not getting bombarded by a lot of trash mob that does a lot of CC. Yeah. So Elfborn, Elemental Expert, Spell Erosion, Staff Expert, Master of Arms. Thaumaturge, definitely this is one of the important ones for your own dot. So anything you throw on the ground, including your ultimate, is going to make it really strong. So that's pretty much my build in a nutshell, and it is incredibly strong. And if you don't suffer from high ping, lag, and disconnects like I do, then you're gonna actually be like a living god with this build. There's nothing that's gonna stop you. You can actually solo, you know, like VMA. You'll be able to help people in Dragonstar on veteran, VMA veteran Maelstrom Arena. I just recently went through that. You find it in like Rothgar. You find it up here. So, but yeah. Thanks for watching, and I really appreciate it. And if you have any questions, comments, and concerns, you know what to do. Thank you, everyone. Have a great day. Bye now.